Today, I wanted to talk to you about psionics. Psionics is a term that has long fascinated readers of psychic phenomena and seekers of mystical knowledge. At its core, psionics refers to the extraordinary potential of the human mind, an untapped or latent ability to manipulate reality on levels both subtle and dramatic. The concept merges aspects of psychic power, supernatural prowess, and a hint of speculative science, weaving together a tapestry of mental feats that stretch the boundaries of quantum mechanics and possibility. Much of what we know about psionics comes from esoteric experimental sources, but the unifying idea remains the same that the mind, when sufficiently trained or naturally gifted, can transcend ordinary limits, bending reality and reshaping physical states of objects and living beings, and even time and space itself. The first psionic ability I want to discuss is levitation. One of the more visually impressive manifestations of psionic power is levitation, with the ability to lift oneself or other objects without physical means of support. Levitation is commonly depicted in stories of yogic adepts, mystics, and psychic savants. In a hypothetical framework, psionic practitioner would harness the ambient mental energy around them and focus it into an invisible field around a target, whether that target's a pebble or a body, lifting it off the ground and defying gravity. The act of levitation requires an intense level of concentration, as any stray thought or break in focus can disrupt the delicate balance of forces. The stronger the psionic ability, the heavier the object that can be raised, and the higher and longer it can be maintained in midair. We also have psychokinesis. Closely related to levitation is the broader phenomenon of psychokinesis, also known as telekinesis, the ability to move or manipulate objects using the mind alone. While levitation concerns itself primarily with counteracting gravity, psychokinesis extends to all types of motion and transformation. A skilled practitioner might light a candle's wick by mentally exciting its molecules into combustion, or freeze water by drastically reducing its energetic state. The ultimate goal is mastery over molecular activity to bend the fabric of physical reality. In esoteric training, adepts of psychokinesis hone their powers through mental exercises that strengthen visualization and concentration. By repeatedly focusing on smaller tasks like nudging a feather across a table, they train their brains to synchronize with the fundamental forces around them, eventually moving on to more dramatic feats like bending metal rods or even orchestrating large-scale effects. Next, we have Psionic Cascade. Though lesser known, the term Psionic Cascade describes a feedback loop in which multiple psionic efforts intensify each other. Picture an environment charged with mental energy after a series of psychic feats, levitation, telepathy, or advanced healing. In this high-energy atmosphere, psionic phenomena can spontaneously amplify, resulting in a cascade effect. For example, a telekinetic who manipulates an object in a room already brimming with heightened psychic power might unwittingly trigger levitations of other objects, illusions, or dimensional distortions. The psionic cascade is often described as both exhilarating and dangerous. Once unleashed, its expansion can surpass the practitioner's control. Proper training requires learning to regulate one's mental output so as to not inadvertently trigger these cascading effects. What about unleashing cerebral parasites? In the realm of the more shadowy and unsettling psionic arts, one might encounter the notion of cerebral parasites. These are not physical organisms, but rather constructs of psychic energy that can latch onto a target's consciousness. The lore around cerebral parasites suggests that they feed on mental resonance, gradually distorting the victim's perceptions, emotions, or even cognitive functions. A psionic practitioner who dabbles in such dark manipulations effectively creates a malignant echo of their own consciousness. By implanting it into another mind, the user can siphon or disrupt that person's mental flow. The moral and ethical implications of such an act are severe, as the violation of another's inner world is often deemed taboo. Still, in certain esoteric traditions, the ability to unleash cerebral parasites is portrayed as a last resort tactic, as a means to subdue a powerful foe or gain hidden information from a protected psyche. Psychometabolism. While some psionic abilities change the world around the user, psychometabolism focuses on changing the user themselves. This discipline involves the power to alter biological processes through concentrated mental effort. In alternative healing traditions, this could look like accelerated self-healing, where a psionic adept can close wounds or cure diseases by actively reordering cellular structures. On a more dramatic level, psychometabolism might allow a user to increase their strength, agility, or even transform parts of their body into hardened biological weapons. The mind, in essence, can consciously manipulate bodily functions, from hormones and enzymes to the rate of cellular division. In certain mythologies, this ability borders on shapeshifting, indicating just how malleable life can become under the guidance of a strong psionic will. Metacreation. One of the most astonishing possibilities within psionics is metacreation, the act of manifesting constructs, objects, or even entire environments from pure thought. Unlike psychokinesis, which manipulates existing physical matter, metacreation fabricates completely new matter, apparently drawing from a reservoir of mental or cosmic energy. In some cosmic or fantasy frameworks, the psionic user harnesses the latent power of consciousness itself, shaping quantum possibilities and coalescing them into tangible forms. The complexity of what can be created varies with the skill. A novice might produce a fleeting, ghost-like illusion, but a master might be able to create more denser, permanent objects or attempt that would exceed rational explanation. And so, in hushed tones, this is portrayed in folklore as a domain of rare psionic prodigies or transcendent cosmic beings. Sense alteration is our last ability here. Psionics is just not about affecting physical matter, it is equally adept at altering perceptions. Sense perception allows the user to manipulate how others see, hear, taste, touch, or smell the world around them. This ability might be used to craft lifelike illusions, tricking observers into perceiving events, objects, or entities that do not exist. It can also be a force for healing by soothing someone's pain by temporarily dampening their neural response to it. The mind's interpretation of sensory information is paramount to our experience of reality. Thus, sense alteration underscores the idea that if one can adjust perception, one can effectively change reality on an individual or group level. This aspect of psionics often underscores the ethical dimension of mental powers. Illusions can be used for benevolent deception or malicious trickery, depending on one's intentions. And of course, with that would come clairsentience. Clairsentience refers to an expanded sense of awareness that transcends space and time. Psionic practitioners gifted in clairsentience can perceive events unfolding in distant locations, glean knowledge from the past, or even information from the future. This is done by tapping into a universal network of psionic resonance. Some interpret it as the collective unconscious, while others see it as an interdimensional data stream accessible to heightened mental states. Clairsentience extends beyond mere extrasensory perception. Advanced users might experience visions, hear distant voices, or even project their consciousness to remote locales. In narratives, this power frequently serves as a guiding force, allowing someone to foresee dangers or strategize against hidden threats as they traverse even the ethers and the astral plane. Psionics captivates our imaginations because it embodies the ultimate convergence of thought and action, idea and reality. With the mind, one can move mountains, and so this takes the realm of spiritual mysticism that psionic powers, can sort of harmonize with our inner sense of the untapped potential of the mind, whether it manifests as a heightened intuition, uncanny coincidences, or the ability to inspire others at an extraordinary level. In the pantheon of psionic abilities, levitation demonstrates mastery over gravity, while psychokinesis showcases control of matter's motion and state. The Psionic Cascade highlights the dramatic escalation of psychic energy in a single environment, whereas unleashing cerebral parasites ventures into dark and ethically fraught territory of harming the minds of others. Psychometabolism offers a glimpse of the power to heal or alters one's own physiology, while metacreation uses the imagination to create things that can become tangible. Sense alteration manipulates perception itself like illusions, which shows that we can have a malleable experience, and of course clairsentience allows us to see into the past, the future, the present in different ways. So psionics challenges our notions of what is possible because it speaks to our deep-seated hope that human beings, through discipline, enlightenment, and some spark of energy and magic, bending the seemingly immutable laws of the universe. Even if such feats remain the stuff of legend and imagination, the mere contemplation of psionics expands our perspective, urging us to reconsider the true potential of the mind and the mysteries that reside waiting just beyond the edges of our conventional reality. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you're new here, this is a safe space. If you're returning, I love and appreciate you so much, and I'm glad that you're back. In the name of the Most High God, I wish you health, wealth, prosperity, and abundance. Blessings and protection. Signing off. Take care. Have a great day.